2026 MotoGP season is officially redefining the limits of speed and engineering. Aprilia Racing is dominating the headlines with their revolutionary F-duct device, a brilliant piece of active aerodynamics directly inspired by Formula One technology. By using a clever vent system that riders manipulate with their own forearms, the team has managed to master drag reduction and ground effect in a way never seen before on two wheels.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
But the path to glory is not without its brutal setbacks as we look at the recovery of Aleix Espargaro. The Honda test rider has just been discharged from the hospital after undergoing a grueling 6-hour operation to fuse 4 fractured vertebrae. After suffering what he calls the worst fall of his entire sporting career during a private test at Sepang, the racing community is sending him strength as he faces a long and difficult road to recovery. The injury crisis deepens for the Tech3 KTM team as they deal with a major double blow heading into the Spanish MotoGP at Jerez. Maverick Viñales is officially sidelined, and to make matters worse, Paul Espargaro is unable to step in as a replacement due to his own ongoing injury issues. This scramble for a rider lineup is shaking up the paddock and leaves the team in a high-pressure situation before the lights even go out. Finally, the tension is mounting off the track as Pirelli officially challenges the long-standing dominance of Michelin. There is a fresh wave of controversy bubbling up regarding tire pressure regulations, setting the stage for a potential showdown between these tire giants. The impact on performance and strategy could be massive for the entire grid. If you want to stay ahead of all the breaking news from the track, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for all the latest updates. Ever wonder how MotoGP went from simple, raw horsepower to machines that look like they belong in a fighter jet hangar? Forget everything you thought you knew about traditional bike design, because Aprilia has just flipped the script on the 2026 season. They've debuted an F-duct that is causing absolute chaos in the paddock, and it's a stroke of engineering genius that brings Formula One-level trickery straight to two wheels. To understand why this is such a big deal, we have to look back. For decades, aerodynamics in MotoGP were essentially an afterthought. We had the iconic 1950s dustbin fairings, massive, sleek shells that looked fast but were a death trap in crosswinds. They were banned, rightfully so, and for a long time the focus shifted back to pure engine development. It wasn't until the 80s that we saw the speed hump emerge. Originally a safety device, it quickly became an aerodynamic gem, and today it's a jack-of-all-trades that even houses our hydration and electronics. But the real turning point? That was Luigi Dall'Igna arriving at Ducati in 2013. He started treating bikes like laboratory experiments, introducing those now ubiquitous winglets and the game-changing ride height devices that kill wheelies and put more power to the asphalt. It changed the sport forever, but Aprilia isn't just copying homework, they're rewriting the textbook. Under the guidance of former F1 ace Marco De Luca and technical director Romano Albiziano, Aprilia has been pushing the limits of ground effect. They've masterfully shaped their fairings to create pressure differentials that suck the bike to the tarmac, even when the rider is leaned over at a terrifying 60-degree angle. It's genius, but their 2026 innovation, the F-duct, is the real headline act. Borrowed from McLaren's controversial 2010 F1 car, this device lets the rider manipulate airflow by simply placing their forearm over a vent. It's a brilliant, technically legal loophole. It's not a motorized moving part like DRS, so it bypasses the ban on active aero, yet it gives the rider a massive boost by reducing drag and ramping up that ground effect on command. It's smart, it's cheeky, and it's arguably the most exciting development we've seen in years. With teams currently limited to one major innovation per season, the development war is just getting started. Are we witnessing the dawn of a new era where rider technique and aerodynamic manipulation finally collide? I think so. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the engineering madness of MotoGP, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Do you think active aero is the future of the sport, or is it taking things a step too far? Ride safe. and I'll catch you in the next one. Imagine experiencing the absolute peak of adrenaline on a high-speed MotoGP prototype, only for it to end in the most terrifying moment of your professional life. That is exactly what MotoGP veteran Aleix Espargaro is grappling with right now. After a brutal crash during a private Honda test at Sepang, the rider has officially been discharged from the hospital, but he is facing a long road to recovery. We aren't talking about a simple scrape here. Espargaro suffered 4 fractured vertebrae in what he has openly called the worst fall of his entire career. It is a sobering reminder of the razor-thin margin between professional glory and life-altering danger. During a grueling 6-hour surgical procedure to fuse those vertebrae, the stakes couldn't have been higher. But interestingly, Aleix has opened up about the emotional toll. He shared on Instagram that the physical pain, as intense as it was, wasn't actually the hardest part. It was the fear, the feeling of helplessness and watching his wife and children forced to adapt their lives to his rigid physical limits. It is a deeply human moment that strips away the leather suit and the helmet to reveal the person behind the athlete. He is finally back home in Spain, but the recovery timeline remains a massive question mark. We know for sure he will be missing the upcoming Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez, a venue where he made a memorable wildcard debut just last year. With his brother Paul also sidelined due to injury, the Espargaro family is having a tough month on the sidelines. It is a stark reminder that even for the best riders on the planet, the sport never stops demanding its pound of flesh. We're sending our best to Aleix for a full recovery. If you want to keep up with the latest updates from the paddock as this story develops, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. At the end of the day, speed is temporary, but your health is the only thing that truly lasts. Ride safe, everyone. Have you ever seen a team hit with bad luck so hard it feels personal? That is exactly the reality for Tech3 KTM right now. It is an absolute nightmare scenario unfolding at Jerez. First, we got the news that Maverick Viñales would be sidelined for the upcoming round, a massive blow considering his recent form and importance to the lineup. But the universe wasn't done yet. In a cruel twist of irony, Paul Espargaro, the man who would have been the logical, experienced choice to step in and fill that seat, is also stuck on the sidelines recovering from his own injuries. It is a double whammy that leaves the garage scrambling. It really puts into perspective just how brutal the physical toll of MotoGP is. One moment you are planning your race strategy, and the next, your entire rider roster is falling like dominoes. It is a tough pill to swallow for the fans and the team alike. We have to wonder how this will impact their championship momentum heading into such a critical part of the season. What do you think? Can Tech3 find a quick fix, or is this weekend already a lost cause? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you want more racing updates, and remember, in this sport, the only thing you can expect is the unexpected. Ever wondered how a simple change in tire pressure can turn the world of professional motorcycle racing upside down? Today, we are diving into the high-stakes drama brewing between two industry titans, Pirelli and Michelin. It is not just about rubber on the track anymore. It is about the intense technical scrutiny that defines championships. Reports from Corsa de Moto highlight a fascinating clash over tire pressure regulations that has teams and manufacturers scrambling. What makes this so interesting is how a seemingly minute detail, like a fuse sigh, becomes the ultimate battleground for performance and safety. It is a constant tug-of-war between pushing the limits of speed and ensuring these riders survive the blistering heat of competition. Michelin has been under the microscope, and the fallout has reignited debates about standardization and fair play in the sport. It really begs the question, are we prioritizing engineering perfection or the sheer unpredictability that makes racing so addictive? I want to know what you think. Is this level of regulation killing the spirit of MotoGP, or is it a necessary evolution? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and join us for the next deep dive into the world of speed. After all, in racing, the smallest detail is often where the biggest victory is won.